Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are continuing on our mission of building our studio. Today what I'm going to do is start the process of the soundproofing or foam panels on the walls here in the studio. I looked for and got a product from Amazon. So these foam panels are from Dekiru. D-E-K-I-R-U. This is a 48 pack of foam panels, and they are 12 inches by 12 inches by 2 inches thick. The reason that I got this product is because this room that we're in right now, as you can tell, it has a horrible echo. It does not sound well for videos. These foam panels are going to help with that. Additionally, this room is on the front of the house and by the street. And when cars come by, you can hear it. So hopefully these foam panels will reduce or eliminate that noise, help with the sound quality of our videos. So let's get to it. All right, so this tiny little box right here supposedly contains 48 foam panels. So they're all squished in there. It's time to open it up and get them out because they have to start expanding. So we got 2 packs of the foam panels in here. And it looks like we've got some 3M like sticky tape here. And I assume that's how they're going to want to attach them to the wall. Acoustic foam recovery methods. Method 1, open the package, put the foam in a ventilated place for 48 hours. Use 3M adhesive tabs for mounting. Install the foam on wall and press the glued part. Okay. Method 2 is open the package, soak the foam in water for 1 minute. Wring the foam out. Air dry it or use a hair dryer. Then use the 3M adhesive tab mounting. Well, I'm not necessarily in a hurry for this today, so I'm going to open it up and we're going to get them out and expanding, and we'll get that started. So we'll see it in the next 48 hours. So we have the panels all laid out. There's definitely 48 of them, I counted. The box also came with a set of instructions and some tape to stick it to the wall. All right guys, see you in 2 days. Hey guys, back in the studio room and working again on our sound reduction wall. So it's been a little over a week now. The direction said 2 days to allow the foam panels to expand from their packaging. I've allowed a full week because, well, we get busy with other things, right? So back in here now, and I've taken a look. Let me show you, because some of these foam panels came out just fine. Some of them did not. So we got to figure out what's going to happen with those. Anyways, let's take a look at them. Okay, here are foam panels. I've got them off the floor. They have expanded to the full amount. They look nice. They look square. These are ready to go. They're ready to go up onto the wall. These, on the other hand, these are some of the foam panels that did not expand, or they've got some issues. So like this one, just kind of squished flat. The ends are flat, has not fully expanded. Some of these have some like bent corners, along with being flat. So there's some issues. There's some issues with expanding after the packaging. On these ones, there are 25 that did not fully expand. So that's quite a bit, I think. You know, that's over half of the foam panels that we got. So I will try the second method on these, where I rinse them in water. Maybe that will help expand them, and then bring them back in, and then obviously they're going to have to dry. Let's see if we can get some up on the wall today. All right. So the directions say, next, use the 3M adhesive tabs for mounting. Install the foam on the wall and press on the glued parts. So these right here, these are the 3M adhesive sheets. So not quite sure how they're going to go on yet. I don't know if we're going to put one in each of these corners. I guess we'll try that first. The picture really, it does show a tab. The picture shows a tab in the center, and then one on each corner. Alright, I think we can do that. Alright, just like that. Alright, so I have put the 3M stickers on each one of the ones that we already have like prepared to go on the wall. There are still the other, 25 or so, I can't remember, it's been a couple days, that need to go underwater to help them expand fully. I have not done that yet, but we'll get on that. I just want to get these up and see how easy they're going to go up, see if they're going to stay up for one. So I'm kind of excited to try this. I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned with how these sticker backings are going to come off. So hopefully that's not going to be a pain. Let's get started. Let's go stick some of these on the wall and see how they do. All right. I'll start by trying to get the sticker backings off. So far, not too easy. Okay. It's going to take a while. All right, so that's where we're at right now. Got that down and then that across the top. I haven't figured out what to do with the window yet, so that's going to be an issue. I'm gonna have to figure that out, but I'm gonna get everything else filled in first. See how many panels we have left. I'm not sure I can do this whole wall with one order of the product, or the 48 panels, so I'm gonna have to look more, maybe buy some more and have them sent here. I want to do this wall back there and then the front wall. We've got the traffic out front, and then on the side this is also an exterior wall, and that goes to the neighbors. There's a lot of screaming kids and everything in this neighborhood, and barking dogs and that sort of thing, so we'll see if this cuts down on the noise a little bit, but I'm gonna keep working here. I'll show you progress soon. All right guys, I thought I'd jump in and give you a little update. I've got it overexposed right now so you can actually see the foam panels. So I have made it that far. It has been slow going. Not only does it take a long time to get the back off the stickers, but as you are aware, over half of the foam panels didn't expand all the way. So then I used water in the bathtub to soak them all, and then wrung them out and put them in the dryer, and that worked pretty good. It helped expand all of the panels, but the problem is some of them were misshapen. So then you got to leave it set for another day or so while it levels out and sorts itself out. So that kind of sucks. The other thing that I realized was I didn't have enough of the panels, so I had to go back on and purchase more. So that's currently what is all over the floor, are the extra panels that are now starting to expand. I was kind of curious as to what I'm going to do with the window. I'm still going to put panels over it, but I didn't know how exactly, because you know, in the middle, there's not so much for the panels to go on. I want to try to keep the same rows going so that, you know, it looks uniform and everything. So what I've come up with is one of the other projects that I have going on for the studio room was to get a TV for, you know, playing games and recording video games. This is one of the foam pieces that came with the television, so I think this will work out all right, especially this side. This thick is okay. This is a little too much, but I can trim it down. So I'm going to use these panels on the upper portions of the window so that it's even, and we can put the foam panels on there. So once I get done with this first wall, we'll do a test and see what the sound levels are, and if the sound levels have been reduced. I can tell you it seems like there is a reduction in the sound so far, just based off of what I can hear, and we don't even have the whole wall built yet. So after that I will continue on and do this whole wall. Whether that'll be part of the video or not, I'm not sure, so stay tuned. So I put one of the panels up on the top part of the window. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if that'll work. We'll try a bunch of different stuff. Not sure if that'll work, but so right now this kind of, that foam panel's kind of, you know, it's not flat, but you know, for our purposes I think it'll work. Obviously the backdrop over here is going to be the focus for most of our videos, and not the side wall, so as long as it's functional and looks somewhat decent, it'll be fine. But we've got some bookshelves that we might put in front of this, but anyways, let's see if it works. Alright guys, this is why you never throw anything away that's usable. These are some foam insulation panels. I am going to put these up on the window and that will be a flat surface then to put all the acoustic foam. Acoustic foam. So this will be across the whole front of the window, creating that flat surface, whereas when I tried to fill in part of the window with that foam from the TV, this foam right here, yeah, that didn't work out so well because it was such an uneven surface then. So I think being an even surface and covering the whole front of the window is going to help. I don't want that pink showing through, you know, from the outside, so I think I'm going to cover part of it with something black or dark or something like that. So that's next. Alright guys, here is the finished work. So this is the wall we've been working on. I've got the sound panels up. Let me just say, this was quite the process. So let me show you. There's still some areas that I gotta fill in. I have some extra like scraps and stuff, so I can fill in like areas like this. And other areas. I've done that in this spot. You know, when you're further away, you can't really tell too much. Some of the things. Alright, this is a lot of work. I used that little panel of that pink insulation. I put that up across the front of the window that made for a flatter surface to be able to put the soundproofing panels or sound reduction panels up. This was quite the process, as I mentioned. I did use the newer product, the stuff so basically, if you remember, I had 48 of the panels. 48 was not enough, and so I ordered more. And so these panels are a combination of the two, and it took, for this wall, both packages of 48 completely. I'll show you my little work table here. So these are little scraps that are left over, and also my little tape scraps from the backing on the tape, but that's it. So out of like 96 panels, nothing but scraps left, and they're up on that wall. So let's see if it actually does reduce the noise. And then I'll give you some final thoughts and some tips if you're planning on doing something like this. Well, I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes and just kind of let you judge what the difference in the audio in this room is, both without the panels and with the panels. So this first test right here is to judge what it sounds like without the panels being up. So this is the before. So what do you think? I mean, it's kind of echoey in here, but there's nothing on the floors. There's hardwood floors. There's nothing on the floors. On the walls, there's this kind of mural right here. That really doesn't help with eliminating the kind of echo and reverberations in the room. There's nothing else on the walls. There's limited furniture in here. There's 2 tables, and then there's a cabinet for like keeping paint and stuff like that in. So this was our art room. This is now going to be our studio. So what do you think? What do you think of the sound? What do you think of how things are? Next, right after this clip, is with the panels up. You be the judge. See if it makes a difference. Then obviously, you know, we're going to be putting rugs in to help eliminate that noise. There will be things on other portions of the walls. So, you know, it all makes a difference in how the sound is. But we are testing these panels. Check it out. Here it is. All right, so here are some of my final thoughts. As you can see from our little meter there, there is some reduction in the noise in this room. You know, my main concern when this first started out was traffic noise going by, you know, from the street below. Since this room does face the street. I've went through all this effort, put this up. I do think that it is beneficial. I think that it hopefully is worth it. You know, time will tell with our recordings. I recorded several different things of cars going by, several clips of cars going by. There goes one right now. I don't know if you could hear that, but we'll see. And there was a reduction. I think that it was less. I don't think that it was as noticeable. Is there still going to be an issue? Yes, there's still going to be an issue. It doesn't reduce all sound. It only slightly reduces. The other thing that it does, because there was nothing on the walls in here, it helps with the internal acoustics inside the room. So the directing of the sound waves in the room is kind of reduced. It's like when you hang pictures on the wall, you take them off when you're moving or whatever, and you notice that the room sounds funny. That's what that's doing. So it's reducing that, and it is working. Am I going to do it on the larger wall? Probably not. I would have to order more panels. It would be very time consuming. This wall right here took weeks. So, you know, if you really focused on it, could you get it done in less time? Yes, you can get it in less time, but you are basically going to be rinsing and drying hundreds of these things. So, you know, it'll take a lot of time. I'm probably not going to do that wall. I might do a little bit of it on the corner that is facing the street, but as we go down the wall, it might just fade out. So, a couple of things to think about. If you're going to put this or do something like this and put a soundproofing wall on or sound reduction wall using these panels, you have to understand, if you want that like Instagram look where everything is perfect, you're probably not going to get that. Unless you take a lot more time and you're a lot more careful than I was. Some of the panels expanded within the 48 hours just fine. Other ones did not. So you don't know till after 2 days whether there are some that are going to be stubborn or which ones are stubborn, which ones are not. And then, you know, I put those up, the ones that expanded, and then later on did that different method of rinsing them in water and drying them. And through that drying process, it shrinks a little bit. So they're not the same size. So they don't line up perfectly. You know, can you really tell? You probably can't tell the difference. It's doing the job that it was supposed to do. Which has reduced the sound or create better sound inside this room. So my recommendation is, if you're going to do this, just start off using the one process of kind of wringing them out in water, wringing all of the water out, and sticking them in a dryer on the lowest heat setting possible. They don't melt in there on the lowest heat setting, and the shrink should be about the same for all of them. You're going to want to, I ran 2 or 3 cycles of 60 minutes on the lowest heat setting, and they were still a little damp. But you want to take them out at that point when they're still a little damp, and then set them out in a room. I kind of laid them out all over the floor and had them separated. I turned the ceiling fan on in the room for a little air circulation, and then let them dry the rest of the way. The problem is in the dryer, they kind of tumble, they get in different shapes. If you let them sit in there overnight and dry completely, then you're going to have another problem on your hands, which is they're misshapen, formed in cups, or one corner's folded up, or whatever. So take them out, lay them out. By the next day, they'll be dry, they'll be flat, they'll be ready to go. And if you use the same method on all of them, they should be about the same size. As far as the backing or the tape to put them on the wall, so far seems to be working pretty good. The original stuff from the original box that I got that had the 3M little squares that were difficult to get the backing on, those are working great. No problems. When I bought the second package of the panels, got those in, it came with a roll of tape, and it seemed really gooey and kind of gummy, and I didn't like that at all. That really didn't seem to work very well. So pay attention to, some of them don't come with the tape. The other thing is, if you do run out of the tape, you can go to Walmart for a little over $2. There are some Scotch double-sided tape rolls, and they worked great. You got to come with scissors, you got to put them on the back, but the backing comes off very easy on the tape, and it seems to work just as well. Maybe not as good as the 3M, but it still works. Count on using more of the panels than you think you would. So I wasn't really sure. I didn't do the math before heading into this. So try to do your measurements, do the math, figure out how many panels you need, and then buy extra. I didn't do the math beforehand. I just kind of guessed and winged it, bought the 48 pack, and started in on it, ended up having to buy more. But you're going to need extras for where it doesn't fit perfectly. Along the one side, I had to trim and go along the side just to fill that part of the wall, and then along the bottom I had to trim there as well. And then what I found was where the window is at, there are some gaps, some slight gaps in there, and you can kind of see light coming through on the pink insulation panel, or coming through the pink insulation panel and showing through your panels. If you don't like that, you can just trim a little bit off of the extra that you have, and then you can kind of put it in there and fill the gaps. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps. If you are planning on doing something like this, let me know. Leave me a note in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you plan on this. And if you have any questions, I will try to answer them. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Bye.